Good morning, class. How are we doing today?
Good morning, Mr. Singer. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. All right, so today in writing, we are going to be talking about something called a thesis statement. Has anyone heard that term before? Anyone know what that is? Seth?
Since you say it's a statement, would that be a sentence that is used to describe what you're going to write about? Tell your reader what you're going to write about?
Yeah, so that's actually really close. So in our class, we're going to refer to thesis statements as what you're going to be talking about in your essay and why that's important. So those are kind of the two fundamental aspects of thesis statements for our class. So a thesis statement is really important in any good essay because it tells your reader kind of a roadmap for the essay. It's going to tell them when you're going to be talking about things, why it's important to be talking about those things, and all of that good stuff. So we have an example thesis statement up here. And the three elements of a thesis statement that I want you guys to know in this order is there's going to be a who, there's going to be a why, and there's going to be a so what. And so in this sentence, we're going to try to find those three things, pull them out, and talk about what they are. So first of all, we'll just go through what those three elements are. We've got the who. The who in any thesis statement is going to be your topic, what you're talking about. So for our paper, our prompt, remember, I'll remind you, is who is the most important person in your life and why. That's our prompt we got going on. So in this sentence, the who's our topic? Talia, who's your topic for your paper? Who are you writing about?
My mom.
You're writing about your mom too? Okay, so that's what I chose to write about. So our who, right here, we've got mom. That's our topic. The next part of a thesis statement is the why. And that's kind of why you're deciding to write about this person and why they are the most important person in your life. So, in my example thesis, I have my mom is the most important person in my life. That's my who. Then I have because she gives me advice and takes care of me. That's going to be my why. So those are probably going to make up my two body paragraphs in my essay, just for understanding how the structure of that would work. The last part of a thesis statement, and in my opinion the most important, is the so what. And that is in your essay, that's why you are deciding to write about this. Why does it matter that your mom gives you advice and takes care of me? What does that do for you? How does that change you? So in my thesis statement, I'm going to say this leads me to have better values. So because my mom gives me advice and takes care of me, that ultimately leads me to have better values. So that so what is really, really extremely important in understanding why you're writing the essay. Because in essay writing, we don't just want to write essays for the sake of doing it. There's always an end goal, an end purpose, and we really need to make sure that our reader understands that from the get-go. So just to kind of review what we talked about, we've got thesis statements. Let's talk about where those go in an essay. Thesis statements are going to be the last sentence of your opening paragraph. So you guys remember in essay structure, we talked about how we have an introduction, 2 or 3 body paragraphs maybe, and then that conclusion. So your thesis statement is going to come at the end of your introduction. So our introduction, we remember, it starts really broad, and by the time we get to that thesis, it's narrow, it's specific, and it could be this. So are there any questions about thesis writing, anything I went over today that's unclear? Yeah.
Is it always the last sentence in the introduction?
So that's a good question. It generally tends to be the last sentence. There are essays that might not have it that way. For this class, we're going to always make it the last sentence just to make sure I understand where your thesis is. Yeah. All right. So I have written a little bit of a rap for us to do together as a class to remember thesis statements. So let me put down my marker. So you guys can repeat after me. It's going to be like a stomp, stomp, clap. All right? So repeat after me. When you need to write a paper and you don't know where to start.
When you need to write a paper and you don't know where to start.
Create a thesis statement. It's the most important part.
Create a thesis statement. It's the most important part.
Use a who, a why, and a so what.
Use a who, a why,
And a so what?
This song will always give you an easy shortcut.
This song will always give you an easy shortcut.
Awesome job. Let's do it one more time all together. Ready?
All right.
When you need to write a paper and you don't know where to start, create a thesis statement. It's the most important part. Use a who, a why, and a so what. The song will always give you an easy shortcut. And I just heard the bell, so we are going to dismiss for the day. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you all soon.